Ladies and gentlemen, imagine for a moment that you are standing at the crossroads of your life. On one side, there is the version of you who has always followed the expectations of others, your family, your friends, society. And then on the other side, there is the version of you that has awakened to the understanding that you hold the power to create your reality. The woman who chooses herself isn't just a dream or an abstract idea. She is a living, breathing force that embodies the courage to step into her own truth, to break free from the chains that have held her back, and to create a future on her own terms. You see, most of us have been conditioned to believe that happiness, success, and fulfillment lie in meeting the needs and desires of others. From an early age, we are taught to please, to serve, to conform, and to fit in. But when you realize that you are not here to live anyone else's life but your own, something extraordinary begins to happen. It's like a spark that ignites the dormant potential inside you, and you begin to see that your thoughts and beliefs are not just reflections of the past. They are powerful blueprints for the future you are about to create. The woman who chooses herself knows that her power resides in the present moment. She understands that her thoughts, her emotions, and her choices shape the very fabric of her reality. She doesn't need permission to step into her power. She doesn't need validation from the outside world. She understands that she is the architect of her life and that every decision she makes is a step toward creating the life she desires. The key here is awareness. The awareness that you have the ability to rewrite your story, to reprogram your mind, and to free yourself from the limitations of the past. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, is an opportunity to break free from old patterns and create something new. And it all begins with the simple yet profound decision to choose yourself. The woman who chooses herself is not afraid of uncertainty or discomfort. She understands that growth happens outside of her comfort zone. She welcomes challenges as opportunities for transformation. When faced with adversity, she does not shrink or retreat. She rises, knowing that within her, she has everything she needs to overcome any obstacle. This woman is no longer defined by the roles that others have placed on her. She is not a mother, a daughter, a sister, or a wife. She is all of these things, but she is first and foremost herself. She knows that in order to truly give to others, she must first fill her own cup. She must nurture her own soul. She must honor her own desires and dreams. Only then can she be the force of love, creativity, and compassion that she was born to be. In the journey of choosing herself, she becomes fearless. She releases the need for approval and embraces the power of her own intuition. She no longer seeks external validation because she has learned to trust the wisdom that resides within her. She is no longer afraid of stepping into her full potential because she knows that her potential is limitless. And so the woman who chooses herself stands tall. She is a woman who has broken free from the chains of self-doubt, fear, and limiting beliefs. She is a woman who knows that her worth is not determined by external circumstances, but by the strength, wisdom, and love that she carries within her. She is the embodiment of self-love, resilience, and empowerment. The question is, are you ready to choose yourself? Are you ready to step into the power that you have always had within you? The woman who chooses herself is not a distant dream. She is you, and she is waiting for you to claim your birthright. So today, take that step. Choose yourself. Embrace the truth that you are worthy of every dream, every goal, and every joy that life has to offer. In choosing yourself, you step into the life you were always meant to live. Empowerment is the ability to take control of one's own life, to act with intention, and to make choices that align with personal values and desires. It is not a gift that is given by others, but something that must be claimed from within. For many, empowerment begins with the realization that they have the power to shape their own reality, regardless of external circumstances. It is the understanding that no one else can dictate who you are or what you are capable of becoming. True empowerment is about reclaiming your personal sovereignty, breaking free from the limitations imposed by others, and recognizing that your thoughts, emotions, and actions are the driving force behind the life you create. When a woman taps into her power, she begins to make decisions that support her growth, her happiness, and her well-being. She no longer lives in reaction to the expectations of the world around her. Instead, she makes choices from a place of deep inner knowing and strength. Empowerment is not about forceful action or striving to achieve societal standards. It is about aligning with one's inner truth and making decisions from a place of clarity and confidence. It is about realizing that you are enough exactly as you are, and that your voice, your dreams, and your desires matter. The journey of empowerment often requires shedding old identities and beliefs that have held you back. These beliefs, often learned from family, culture, or past experiences, create a narrative that limits what you believe is possible for yourself. In the process of empowerment, these limiting beliefs are challenged and dismantled. It is about shifting your mindset to embrace a new narrative, one that is rooted in self-worth, possibility, and the deep knowing that you are capable of creating the life you want to live. Empowerment comes when you stop asking for permission to be who you truly are and start trusting in your own capacity to make bold, aligned decisions that lead you toward your best life. Transformation is the process of evolving from one state of being to another, often requiring a deep shift in mindset, behavior, and perspective. It is not merely about change on the surface, but about inner growth that alters how we view ourselves and the world around us. Transformation happens when we break free from old patterns, habits, and beliefs that no longer serve us and step into a new way of living, thinking, and being. This process is often uncomfortable because it challenges what we know, what we've relied on, and what we've believed to be true. Yet it is through this discomfort that true transformation takes place. For many, the journey of transformation starts with a moment of awakening, a realization that what they've been doing up until that point no longer fulfills them or aligns with their purpose. This awakening can come in many forms: a life event, a personal crisis, or even a subtle feeling that something is missing. It's the point where the need for change becomes undeniable. Transformation is not always instant. It requires effort, self-reflection, and often a great deal of courage. It asks you to look inward, to confront the limiting beliefs and fears that have held you back, and to question everything that you thought was true about yourself and your potential. This process requires embracing uncertainty. It involves stepping into the unknown and trusting that the journey will lead to something better. Transformation asks you to release attachments to the past and to make space for new possibilities. It encourages you to take risks, to fail, to rise again, and to continue evolving. As you transform, you become more attuned to your true self, the person who has always been there beneath the layers of conditioning. Transformation is the journey of shedding these layers and embracing your authentic power. It is a process of continuous growth, where you are constantly learning, adapting, and becoming the person who you were always meant to be. Awareness is the first step toward meaningful change. It is the ability to see yourself clearly without distortion or denial, and to recognize the patterns that shape your behavior and thoughts. When you become truly aware, you can no longer pretend that things are the way they used to be. You begin to see beyond the surface, noticing the subtle forces at play in your life, beliefs, habits, and emotions that influence your choices and actions. Awareness brings you face to face with the truth about who you are, what you want, and what has been holding you back. The power of awareness lies in its ability to illuminate the unconscious. Often we live on autopilot, driven by ingrained habits and unconscious beliefs that have been shaped by past experiences. These patterns are not always visible until we take the time to pause and reflect. Awareness gives us the clarity to understand why we react in certain ways, why we make the choices we do, and why we may feel stuck. It helps us realize that many of our struggles are not caused by external forces, but by our own thoughts and perceptions. Once you become aware of this, you gain the ability to change your responses and ultimately your circumstances. Through awareness, you also become more attuned to your emotions and the signals your body sends you. You start to recognize when fear, doubt, or stress arises, and instead of reacting automatically, you can choose how to respond. Awareness empowers you to stop living in the shadows of your past conditioning and to start living with intention and mindfulness. It allows you to observe your thoughts without becoming them and to recognize that you are not defined by your emotions. With awareness, you step into a space of choice where you can consciously decide who you want to be and what kind of life you want to create. Awareness becomes the foundation upon which all transformation rests. Self-love is the cornerstone of living an empowered life. It is the practice of accepting and honoring yourself fully without judgment or condition. Self-love is not a fleeting feeling or a surface-level act of pampering. It is a deep inner knowing that you are worthy of respect, care, and kindness, simply because you exist. It requires recognizing your inherent value, irrespective of external achievements, appearances, or the opinions of others. Self-love is an ongoing commitment to nurturing yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally, understanding that you cannot pour from an empty cup. When you cultivate self-love, you start to shift your relationship with yourself. Instead of criticizing and judging your flaws or focusing on your perceived inadequacies, you learn to embrace yourself, imperfections and all. Self-love asks you to show up for yourself, to treat yourself with the same compassion and understanding that you would offer to a dear friend. It is about giving yourself permission to make mistakes, to not have everything figured out, and to grow through the challenges you face. When you practice self-love, you begin to let go of the need for validation from others, and instead you become your own greatest supporter. In addition, self-love creates the foundation for setting healthy boundaries. When you truly value yourself, you understand that it is necessary to protect your time, energy, and emotions. Self-love teaches you to say no when needed, to prioritize your well-being, and to surround yourself with people and experiences that nurture you. It also means taking responsibility for your own happiness, recognizing that no one else can fulfill you in the way that you can fulfill yourself. Self-love doesn't mean being selfish or narcissistic. It means honoring your own needs, desires, and dreams. It is about acknowledging your worth, taking care of your emotional and physical health, and building a life that aligns with your values. When you love yourself deeply, you open the door to more love, joy, and abundance in every area of your life. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the ability to move forward despite it. It is the strength to face the unknown, to take risks, and to stand tall in the face of adversity. Courage is something that is cultivated over time, not a trait that is inherently given to a select few. It arises when you decide to act from a place of conviction, even when doubt and fear try to hold you back. Courage means stepping outside of your comfort zone and embracing discomfort, knowing that growth and transformation reside in that very space. At its core, courage is about vulnerability. It is allowing yourself to be seen for who you truly are, without the armor of perfection or pretense. It is the willingness to be authentic and to trust in your own strength and wisdom. Courage allows you to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth rather than threats to your well-being. It is the understanding that failure is not a reflection of your worth, but a stepping stone on the path to success. Courage means continuing even when you don't have all the answers, knowing that each step forward brings you closer to your potential. For many, fear holds them back from living fully. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of the unknown. Yet courage allows you to transform that fear into fuel, using it as a catalyst for action. It pushes you to keep moving, even when the road ahead seems unclear. Courage also requires you to trust in your ability to navigate challenges and setbacks. It is the belief that no matter what happens, you will rise, you will adapt, and you will continue to grow stronger. The woman who embodies courage understands that fear is simply a signal for growth, not something to be avoided. She knows that by embracing courage, she unlocks the potential for limitless possibilities. She receives a feeling of resiliency because her courage is built on the momentum of her fear. It is in the act of choosing to be courageous that she begins to transcend limitations, break free from old patterns, and create a life that aligns with her true desires. Resilience is the inner strength that allows us to endure, bounce back, and rise stronger in the face of adversity. It is not about avoiding challenges or escaping pain, but about facing them head-on and learning from them. Resilience is the ability to adapt to difficult circumstances, to recover quickly from setbacks, and to continue moving forward even when life seems to knock you down. It is an essential quality that enables us to persevere, no matter the obstacles that stand in our way. When we cultivate resilience, we shift our focus from what we cannot control to what we can. Rather than dwelling on what has gone wrong or why things aren't going as planned, resilience helps us reframe our mindset and approach challenges as opportunities to grow. It encourages us to look for solutions, to keep pushing forward, and to trust that the difficulties we face are not permanent. Instead, they are experiences from which we can learn valuable lessons, grow stronger, and become wiser. Resilience is built on the foundation of self-awareness and emotional regulation. When you are resilient, you don't let negative emotions, such as fear, anger, or frustration, dictate your actions. You understand that emotions are temporary and that you have the power to choose how to respond to them. Resilient people know how to pause, assess the situation, and find a way to navigate through challenges with clarity and purpose. They may experience pain, disappointment, or hardship, but they do not let these moments define them or derail their journey. The woman who embodies resilience doesn't see failure as the end of her journey, but as part of her path. She understands that setbacks are inevitable, but they do not determine her worth or future success. With resilience, she continues to rise each time she falls, stronger and more determined than before. This configuration with unknown prophecies, this configuration, though, of meandering reflexes, she continues to draw deeply from her own power. She builds resilience by embracing the difficulties of life, seeing them as invitations to deepen her understanding of herself and her potential. Through resilience, she becomes unstoppable, unshakable, and ever-evolving. Authenticity is the practice of being true to oneself, of expressing who you are without fear of judgment or rejection. It is about showing up in the world as your most genuine self, without the masks or personas that may have been constructed to fit in or to meet others' expectations. Authenticity requires deep self-awareness and the courage to embrace your individuality, even when it goes against the grain or challenges societal norms. It is the willingness to be vulnerable, to express your truth, and to live in alignment with your values, no matter how unconventional they may be. Living authentically means shedding the layers of conditioning and external influence that may have shaped how you see yourself. It's about peeling away the beliefs that no longer serve you and embracing the raw, unfiltered version of who you truly are. This journey requires immense self-compassion because often being authentic means confronting parts of ourselves that we have neglected or hidden. It requires letting go of perfectionism and accepting that imperfection is not a flaw, but a part of the beauty of being human. When you are authentic, you stop seeking approval from others and begin to trust in your own voice. You no longer rely on external validation to feel worthy, because you recognize that your worth comes from within. Authenticity allows you to make choices based on what feels right for you, not what others expect or what is deemed socially acceptable. This authenticity fosters deeper connections with others because people are drawn to those who are real, transparent, and unapologetically themselves. When you are authentic, you give others permission to be authentic as well, creating a ripple effect of genuine expression and vulnerability. Being authentic isn't always easy. It requires the courage to stand in your truth, even when it is uncomfortable or challenging. It means trusting that your true self is enough and that your unique journey is valuable. Authenticity is the foundation upon which true fulfillment and joy are built, for it is only when we align with our true essence that we can fully embrace all that life has to offer. Intuition is a powerful yet often overlooked guide in the journey of self-discovery and personal growth. It is the inner knowing, the quiet voice that speaks to you from a place beyond logic and reason. Intuition is not based on external information or analysis, but on a deep connection to your inner wisdom. It's that feeling you get when something feels right, even if you can't explain why. Intuition is the language of the soul, a compass that helps you navigate the complexities of life with clarity and purpose. The challenge with intuition is that it often requires us to trust something intangible, to let go of the need for certainty and embrace the unknown. In a world that values logic, evidence, and practicality, it can be difficult to place trust in a feeling or a hunch. But when you learn to listen to your intuition, it becomes a powerful tool for making decisions, setting boundaries, and moving in the direction of your highest good. Your intuition knows you in ways that your conscious mind cannot comprehend. It taps into the vast hidden knowledge that resides within you and guides you toward what is most aligned with your true self. Tuning into your intuition means slowing down and creating space for silence. It requires mindfulness and presence, allowing yourself to become aware of subtle nudges and inner messages. It's in these quiet moments that your intuition speaks the loudest. The more you practice trusting and acting on your intuition, the clearer and stronger it becomes. It leads you to make choices that feel authentic and aligned with your purpose, and it helps you avoid paths that are not meant for you. How do we make choices? It gets better by living in harmony. Intuition is also a tool for personal empowerment. It helps you discern what's best for you, whether in relationships, career choices, or life decisions. When you trust your intuition, you begin to honor your unique path, recognizing that no one knows your journey better than you do. The more you embrace your intuitive wisdom, the more you become in tune with your true desires and the path that will lead you to fulfillment, freedom. Is the essence of living life on your own terms, without being confined by the limitations imposed by others or by your own fears. It is the ability to make choices that reflect your true desires, to pursue your passions, and to express yourself authentically without fear of judgment or consequence. Freedom is not just physical or external, but internal. It is the liberation of the mind and spirit from the constraints of societal expectations, past conditioning, and self-doubt. When you experience freedom, you are no longer tethered to what others think you should be or do. Instead, you are free to be the person you truly are, to follow your own path, and to create a life that aligns with your deepest values and dreams. True freedom begins within. It is the process of unshackling yourself from the beliefs and narratives that have limited you. These beliefs may have been shaped by childhood experiences, societal norms, or personal insecurities, but they often hold you back from realizing your full potential. Freedom comes when you break free from these mental and emotional chains, allowing yourself to think, feel, and act without restraint. It requires letting go of the need for external validation and embracing the truth that your worth is inherent, not dependent on the approval of others. With freedom also comes the responsibility to make conscious choices. You are the creator of your life, and with that comes the power to shape your reality. This means no longer allowing fear or past experiences to dictate your actions. It means stepping into the unknown, trusting that you have the strength and resilience to navigate whatever comes your way. Freedom allows you to pursue your passions and make decisions that serve your highest good without guilt or hesitation. It empowers you to say no to what doesn't serve you and yes to what aligns with your truth. It is the unburdening of the soul, the release of all that no longer serves you, and the embracing of the infinite possibilities that await when you are truly free. Potential is the untapped power that lies dormant within each of us, waiting to be awakened. It is the sum of our capabilities, talents, and dreams that have not yet fully manifested. Often we are unaware of the vast potential we carry because it is hidden beneath layers of doubt, fear, and self-imposed limitations. Yet, when we begin to recognize our potential, we realize that it is not something external to us. It is a part of our very being. It exists in the way we think, the way we feel, and the way we act. It is the belief that we are capable of more than we know, and that there is no limit to what we can achieve if we tap into that inner power. Recognizing our potential starts with believing in ourselves. We must let go of the limiting beliefs that tell us we are not enough or that our dreams are too big. These beliefs are often ingrained in us from a young age, but they do not define us unless we allow them to. When we begin to challenge these beliefs and replace them with thoughts of possibility and strength, we unlock the door to our true potential. Our potential is not fixed or limited by our past. It is dynamic, ever-evolving, and ready to be shaped by the choices we make today. Embracing your potential requires courage because it asks you to step into the unknown, to face the discomfort that comes with growth, and to take risks that may feel intimidating at first. It is in those moments of stepping outside your comfort zone that your potential truly comes to life. Each new challenge, each leap of faith is an opportunity to expand, to grow, and to realize just how much you are capable of. The more you push past your self-imposed boundaries, the more you discover about your true capacity. When you fully embrace your potential, You understand that you are not bound by your past mistakes, your limitations, or the opinions of others. You realize that the only thing standing between you and your greatest dreams is the decision to believe in your ability to achieve them. Your potential is limitless, and it is waiting for you to claim it.